Hello everyone, I'm Andy from Pixel Pub and I'm here to talk about the best Switch games you can get physically for under $20. Okay, so we've done videos like this in the past, but it's been like the most expensive, blah, 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 all that other stuff. Let's talk about what's the most affordable. Let's get in that territory. Biscuit's already wanting to be up here. Yep, Biscuit, this is 2 videos in a row, buddy. He just doesn't care. Anyway, yeah, we've been talking about prices for games, Switch games, GameCube games, you name it. We've been talking about it for a while now. I wanted to do something. I was inspired just to make a video about some of the games that are cheaper in our collection that we can get complete in box for less than $20 on the Switch. They're really good games. I got about 11 games here that I want to talk about. I'm going to go from lowest to highest price. And I'm using price charting for these prices for, I'm recording this on March 28th. I did this a few days ago, so around that time frame, March 28th, 2026. So just let's get into it. So the first game here we got to talk about is Sonic Mania. This is a fun throwback to the Sega Genesis Sonic games made by fans. This was, what's the guy's name? Oh, Christian Whitehead, that's his name. It's back here on the back. I think, is a guy who made a lot of Sonic, like, ROM hacks and fan-made games were put out on the internet, and then, I guess, I don't know what the arrangement was, that he approached Sega, or Sega approached him to make an official Sonic game. I mean, for my money, it's probably the best 2D Sonic game. I'm actually a really big fan of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like the big combined cartridge thing, but this was a lot of fun, too. Super fun soundtrack, like a lot of fun nostalgia in this game, and for right now, get it complete in box. It's $11.49, and that's crazy. You can get this game. It's a ton of fun to play for $11. So that's kind of a no-brainer if you're old like me. You like the retro games. Okay, the next game is Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is oddly enough a turn-based strategy game. With the tiles and stuff like that. This was the first game we picked up on the Switch. For right now, you can get it for $11.74. This was a Kathy pickup. She really wanted to play this. I don't think she really wanted to play it. It was just a game available for the Switch when we got it, and she ended up falling in love with it.
I love it.
What do you think about it? She has a bold, hot take on Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. She says better than Fire Emblem. She's had a lot of fun with it. I don't think she really. I think she enjoyed Sparks of Hope, the sequel, but just not as much as this one. But yeah, so if you're a fan of strategy games and you only have $11 in your pocket, you can pick up Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle on the Switch. $11.74. That's not bad for a full-fledged, fun strategy game. Okay, the next game, jumping up a little bit in price here, it is Burnout Paradise Remastered for $15 even, complete in box. Now, I had Kathy play this game a little bit because I thought she might like it based on a game that we're going to talk about a little bit later, and I picked this up. It must have been like $10 or something when I bought it, but I originally played this on the PS3. I bought it digitally. It was one of the first games I can remember that was like, oh, this is a full-fledged game that you could buy on store shelves that you could buy digitally. And around that time, I was like experimenting with all this new stuff that, PlayStation and Xbox 360 were doing at the time. And I was like, I'm going to buy this, $60, $50 game digitally and play it. And I had a ton of fun with it. Ended up getting the 360 physical version. And Burnout Paradise Remastered, I actually bought on the PS4 for like $5 on PSN or something like that. I was like, well, let me get a physical version on the Switch. I think Kathy might like it. She didn't really fall in love with it, but don't listen to Kathy's opinion about it. It's a ton of fun racing game. It's open world. You got all the different intersections you can go to and like do different events where you can just race across the open world, or you have these things where you have to take down certain other racers, or you have to avoid getting take downed, if that's a word. You have things where you have to do like time trials and stuff like that. It's just a ton of fun. I hear it's a ton of fun multiplayer as well. I've never played it multiplayer. I've only ever played it single player, but it's fun. 15 bucks for a super fun racing game that will get you a lot of hours of enjoyment. Can't go wrong. The next game is Manico's Night Market for $15.75 for a complete in box version. I don't know much about this game, Kathy Brown. This is a Kathy Brown pickup and playthrough. I hadn't played it at all. So Kathy says this is a fun, cozy game where you're crafting different items and stuff and selling them at a night market, if the title is correct. And you're making money that way to advance your career and advance the story and stuff like that. Like I said, I haven't played it, but this is something Kathy really enjoyed. And it is under $20 for $15.75. So if you're in the cozy market on the Switch, let's try it out. Okay, the next game I picked up for around 20 bucks when I did pick it up at a Walmart, it is Cruisin' Blast. This right now is going for $17.74 complete in box. This is the game that I was talking about when I was talking about Burnout Paradise. I thought Kathy really fell in love with this game, and I thought she might like Burnout Paradise as well, but she didn't. But Cruisin' Blast is a different beast. It is not open world. It is arcade racer through and through because it is based on an arcade game. To my Raw Thrills, I believe. And it's using that old Cruisin' license back from when Midway made the arcade games. And it is a wild, wild game. It is super fun. You unlock all these different things to race as. The same cars. It's like there's a UFO, there's a Triceratops, there's a unicorn. It's all over the place. And like the tracks are insane. They're all like roller coaster ride, crazy stuff happening a mile a minute. And they're all like over in like a minute and a half. And it's just a wild time. Like if you slept on this game because it looks generic and stuff like that on the store shelves, don't, because it's really, really good. And you can get it for under 20 bucks. What did I say? $17.74. It's a wild, wild time. So much fun. Big recommendation for me. Big recommendation for Kathy. It's just she likes racing as a fire truck. Back in the old Cruising USA, I like racing as a school bus because that felt naughty at the time. Like, I'm a child and I'm racing as a school bus. That's weird. Okay, the next game on the list might be Kathy's favorite game on this list. We'll just see. It is Cult of the Lamb for $18.01. So basically $18. I picked this up at Walmart. I still got the Walmart thing on there. Well, I can't take it off. It's just printed on the damn label. But I had originally played this on the PS4 digitally. It didn't have a physical version at the time, and people were raving about it. So I was like, I have to try this. And I tried it, and I loved it. It's amazing. Great soundtrack. We had the soundtrack on vinyl. When I saw the physical version on the Switch, I picked it up thinking Kathy might like it. Turns out she did. She loves it. She's been playing through the DLC, which I believe there's multiple of at this point, and having a good time with that. Now, Cult of the Lamb is a mashup of different things. It is a roguelike where you're going through these top-down dungeons as a lamb, and you have different weapons that you can find per run, and you're fighting enemies, fighting bosses, stuff like that. And then when you die and you come back to your little homestead where you have a cult and you have all these followers that you have to, serve their needs, and, keep them motivated cult-wise so they do the things that you want them to do. You feed them poo sandwiches, you put them in the gallows, all other stuff. It's all presented with this fun, charming art style and an amazing soundtrack. Like, you can't go wrong with this game being under 20 bucks. I know I did a video years and years ago, around the time I bought this game. I thought this game was going to blow up in price because it was so good and maybe not a lot of people would buy it. But the exact opposite happened. The price went down and now it's super affordable, which is amazing as well. So more people should play it. $18.01. Just please play Cult of the Lamb. It's so freaking good. Okay, next up we got a game that I really love and Kathy doesn't like much at all. It is Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, for $18.79. That is an amazing price for a game that is this long. I played this originally on the PS2, probably put over 100 hours into it, had a damn good time with it. I think when I made my top 10 favorite Final Fantasy games, this was number 2. I blew through it, but it was a point in time of my life when this game came out. It was like 2006, I believe. I didn't have a job. I was straight out of college. Had to move back home. I got this game for Christmas, and My days revolved around watching the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy on DVD and playing this game. Like, that's what I did. That's all I did. It was the nerdiest shit imaginable. But I really enjoy this game. It is a very different from most Final Fantasy games. It is not turn-based at all. It's kind of more inspired by like an MMO type of thing where you're directing these characters and they have like cooldowns on attacks and stuff like that. But the real star of the show of this game is the gambit system, where you slowly grow over time a list of basically if-then statements, basically logic statements, like you're building a computer or whatever, where you can build these characters up to do like, you know, if a character in your party falls below 30% HP or 90% HP, cast Curaga. If there's an enemy nearby, attack. If this person doesn't have this specific buff on them, cast it. So that was a ton of fun to mess around with for me, and I was able to just craft this like unstoppable little trio of robots that I just got it around and they just decimated everything. It was a ton of fun. Kathy tried to play through it a few years ago now, and basically didn't get past the tutorial. She couldn't understand it. I don't know why. I think it's a pretty simple thing, but I really love Final Fantasy 12. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasies, and for $18.79, complete on the Switch, can't go wrong. Okay, so this next one is a fun one because it is a collection of games. It is Marvel vs. Capcom: The Fighting Collection, going for $18.98. This was also a fun one because it isn't that old. It only came out like a year and a half ago or so ago. And it is a collection of mostly fighting games. And I'm going to read them off to you right now. X-Men Children of the Atom, which was the original Marvel fighting game and had a bunch of X-Men fighting each other. The Punisher, which is not a fighting game, it's a beat 'em up. Marvel Superheroes, which is a fighting game featuring more than the X-Men. X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. I don't know that that's the last one on this list, but it is. But Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the big culmination of that. Starting with Children of the Atom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was the big one that ended the whole thing, and that's my favorite game in this collection. But it's a ton of fighting games that are super fun still to this day. And if you have any inclination, if you like love Marvel if you love, you know, Captain America and X-Men and stuff like that, and you like to play fighting games, you're fighting games curious, $18, $19 for this game, complete in box, an amazing price. Like, to get just Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast right now, it's like $100 or something like that, just for one game. 18 bucks, you get like, what, 7 of them. Why not? Go for it. Okay, next up, we got a fun one that is a recent release as well, but also a remaster of an older game. It is Katamari Damacy Rerolled. It is a remaster of the old PS2 game that came out several years ago, decades ago now. I always heard the hype for Katamari Damacy, but I never actually played it. This was my first time playing this, and it's wacky. It's wacky. It's insane. It's kind of incredible for it. You basically play as the prince of the cosmos, and you're trying to like build up stars for the king of all cosmos, who speaks in like DJ, like the record scratches, and you just roll this thing around and you have to collect different things, and they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Like, you start out collecting like paper clips and, you know, little pieces of paper and bugs and stuff like that, and then towards the end of the game you're just collecting skyscrapers and islands and just trying to make the biggest thing as you can in a time limit. It's just a wild time. It's a very of its era. I feel like Japan around that time, especially in PlayStation stuff, they were just making some wild games like Work Time Fun and Incredible Crisis and stuff like that. I would love this game in with those types of stuff, but this one I think succeeds more on this gameplay because it is super fun to play. Incredible soundtrack. This is one of the soundtracks I would like to have on vinyl because there's a lot of like Japanese guys singing. It's just a fun time. But yeah, Katamari Damacy Rerolled for $18.99. I don't think I said the price. $18.99. Okay, next game is a Kathy pickup, Kathy playthrough. It is Potion Permit. I'm going to say the price earlier this time. It's $19.24. I don't know a damn thing about this game.
You don't
So I'm going to quote what Kathy just said here about this game. She says, "You make the people better. You heal the sick people. That's what I remember." That's the entire thing she said about Potion Permit. I want to read the back of it. Diagnose, gather, and brew and cure in this open-ended sim RPG. So I think from what I remember about this game, it's top-down, pixel art, stuff like that, but you're brewing these potions, and it's kind of like Tetris-like, like you're putting different things on a grid and stuff like that. And yeah, this Moonberry's residents need healing, and you're the best chemist around. With your trusty tools and a brewing cauldron, and a canine companion at your side, you need to diagnose symptoms, gather ingredients, brew potions, and cure ailments in this open-ended RPG. So, from what I can gather from that and what Kathy just said about, the 9 words she said about the game, this is not like a farming sim. This is not. You might say this is a cozy game, but it's more about you have these cases that you need to solve per person by brewing different stuff. You're not brewing potions and like selling them, trying to make money that way. Okay, so yeah, you got things that you need to do, and you have to figure out how to solve them. So I thought Kathy would remember more about this.
It's been a while.
I was gonna have her in this video sitting here and talking about these games, and that would have been a disaster. I guess she had to talk about Potion Permit, but I think people were like, this game is $19.24. Like I said. Okay, the last game I'm going to talk about here is actually 2 games. There are HD remasters of PS2 games. It is Final Fantasy X and X-2 for $19.95. It's right there at the $20 mark. Final Fantasy X is a super fun JRPG. I haven't played as much as Final Fantasy X-2 as 10. I rented X-2 and I was like, this is fine, but I was like, I don't know, I think I was like a teenager at the time, and it was like this J-pop stuff, and they're all dancing. It's like, And it was kind of weird, because you're like, it's a Final Fantasy game where you could jump. I'm like, why, or is there like light platforming in a Final Fantasy game? This is weird. But it's 2 games for $20, $19, $19.95. That's really, really good, and 10 is really, really good. It's one of the best Final Fantasy games for me. Kathy played through 10. We actually own this a couple of different ways. We got the Switch version here. We have it on the Vita. Kathy played it on the Vita. Got to the final boss. Didn't beat it. Didn't beat the final boss. Meanwhile, I still have my Final Fantasy X save on the PS2 on my memory card, where I can go through and decimate the final boss in like 2 turns. And then there's more after that, which is, I have a plan for that too. Biscuit.
He wants your love.
Well, I love you, buddy. I don't want your hair, though. Too hairy. But, yeah. Final Fantasy X, X-2, you cannot go wrong on the Switch. Fantastic JRPGs. Under $20, $19.95. That's 2 great games for under $20. So, okay, that's been about 11 games on the Switch that are under $20 for complete in-box physical versions. We talked about a ton of stuff. Racing games, fighting games, RPGs, cozy games, platformers, you name it. We talked about it here. Something for everybody. So if you have any recommendations for Switch games that are on the cheap and you want to let me know in the comments, let me know. I'm on the hunt too. I'm not making these videos, to be some authority on the thing. I'm on the hunt too. I want to know what are the good games that are cheap so I can put them in my collection. I can play them. I can have fun. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I've been Andy from the Pix Pub. Please like and subscribe. All of that fun stuff.
Peace out.
Peace out.